little bit familiar with the game. I do play quite a bit of like main tank and then the healer role. So I know the meta has changed a little bit here from what I've seen in pro play, which was just goats all day. So I'll be curious to see how much this actually changes within the competitive scene here. So go ahead and let me know too if my bit rate needs to be lowered for this as well. I've never streamed Overwatch, so it'll be curious to see what my frame rate looks like and stuff like that. But so it does look like there we go. We'll switch views here a little bit. Looks like Random Lake is starting to push a little bit towards the objective here. They're pushing as a team, as a unit. It should be available. They are sitting at about 20% so far. Does look like the Genji is getting close to the ultimate. It does look like we had, unfortunately, the Random Lake Moira fell down the pit there. Bit unfortunate. So it's looking like Random Lake sitting, trying to get that first tick on the objective there. McFarland's going to try to counter. I did hear the Reaper ultimate get dropped. I didn't get to see how much impact that had. It does look like Orisa just kind of sitting there holding down that spot as Genji and Moira start to use the flanks there and try to keep McFarland pinned back while they continue to push on the objective here. Do note that Doomfist for McFarland does have the ultimate up and ready to go, so should be able to see him drop into the backline there and cause a lot of disruption there for Random Lake. If he's able to flank around and get above them, he can do a lot of damage really quick there. The Moira ultimate is being used to go ahead and push McFarland farther and farther back there. This choke point on this map is can be a bit of a pain there, so can go ahead and jump around, and Random Lake is able to go ahead and secure the first objective there. So well done by Random Lake. Going to go ahead and give them a round score of 1-0. All right. Figured out some spectator controls here, so we can hop around and take a look at various perspectives there. So now, when one team is defending, the next round you actually flip perspectives then, and you become the attacking team. So, I believe that we see... Oh, actually, I think this is a different map. See, this is exactly how limited my Overwatch knowledge is. When I play, it's just... I play a tank, and I drop a shield, and I shoot as much as I can and try to do as much damage. This map is another one that both teams are actually going for the exact same spot. So they're going to be trying to push each other off of this center area. As you can see, Random Lake is already trying to shove them back from where they currently are. McFarland did shift up their team composition a little bit here, so they do have a lot more of a DPS team composition here as they have really just the Reinhardt as the frontline tank there. And then they have Soldier 76, McCree, and Lucio as well, just hopefully bursting down quite a bit of damage here. Random Lake is doing a really good job of keeping them out of that pit area so they can't get any control on that objective here. So Random Lake is doing a really good job of just zoning them out, not allowing McFarland to get into the pit there. Again, Doomfist does have the ultimate, and that's a nice string of eliminations there for Random Lake. This Zyra, I believe, or I'll have to do some more lookup on my Overwatch champions. But the one that we're spectating right now, the one who's on fire, is just doing that. They are on fire. They're doing a fantastic job, putting a lot of pressure down, getting a lot of eliminations here. Radnom Lake sitting at about 55% right now on the objective, and they're just able to continuously just keep pushing McFarland back. I would like to see this Doomfist use it soon here. Oh, we do see McCree coming in from the back here, trying to get some pressure there onto the objective. But Radnom Lake is just able to turn around and go ahead and just push them off of the spot here. So going to take a look here at the Genji up in the front line, putting a lot of DPS down, able to get down into the back line, dropping the ultimate there, and is going to go ahead and just drop into the pit here and just deal tons of damage. Able to get behind this Reinhardt shield, and Reinhardt's not able to turn around and see where he's at. So really great job at flanking from the Genji into the back line. McFarland's running out of time here. Radnom Lake's about to go ahead and capture this. The Genji is finally eliminated after an 11 elimination streak. So well done there by Radnom Lake. That was a solid first showing there. I'm going to go ahead and get to see the play of the game is here on Winston. So going to go ahead and see Winston popping 3, 4, potentially 5 here. There's at least 4. And it's going to go ahead and be the quadra kill there. Well played there in the first round by Radnom Lake. So I'll be curious to see how McFarland goes and answers. So now after this one here, so there's a set way that you select maps for competitive Overwatch. So as you could probably see there in the chat that McFarland gets to pick which hybrid match that they want to play on. So there's a variety of different styles of maps. You have your control, you have your hybrids. There's defensive ones, I believe, and then other ones where you actually have to push an objective or a payload to a destination. So we should get to see a variety. This is best of 5. So if we see Radnom Lake get 3, or either school at this point get three wins, they will actually go ahead and move on to the next round. If they do move on to the next round here, Radnom Lake would go on to play Walden 3rd tomorrow in another best of 5. So, and then the winner of that gets to go to Game On in Fond du Lac and play in the semifinals for the first ever state championship. So pretty exciting. Really happy that all of this is coming together. We got the trophies ordered today, so super big shout out to Marian University for donating and allowing us to get those trophies. Big shout out to everybody that's been really helpful within our community. Zach Zabel, our fellow State Farm agent, for helping us out. Bite Speed Gaming with Bite Speed with Gravity Gaming has been super helpful. Actually, while they're picking here, I'll just go ahead and throw this up here. So Game On in Fond du Lac, super big shout out to them for letting us use their facilities. And shout out to Iris Bay Studios up there. They're actually, that's a videographer that's going to come up and shoot a promotional video for the state championship. So really cool. We got a lot of support from our communities, and we really appreciate those helping us. As we're about to hop in here, as they're assembling their teams, I do want to shout out too that we are starting to get a lot of news coverage as well. So I just got off the phone with the Wisconsin State Journal today. I also got, we have the Fond du Lac reporter coming as well to the state championship, and the Local 5 out of Green Bay is coming down to do some interviews and stuff like that about the tournament. So really excited. This has been a wild ride. It's been a ton of fun. So big thank you to everybody making this possible. So for this game, the sides have been flipped, so making sure that go ahead and get those titles set up there. So this is another map that's got really interesting choke points. As you can see here, McFarland is putting all their players kind of in that initial choke point there in order to try to slow down Random Lake's push right away. So too, for this, we do see that, actually, is this Baptiste? I do believe that's Baptiste and not Doomfist. So totally forgot that there is a new champion that is now available for competitive play. So it does look like both teams are rocking the Baptiste. So I've not played much with Baptiste being live. So I'll be curious to see what kind of pressure. So this is one of those maps to where you need to push the objective here. And as you can see that, or capture the points here, Random Lake is already on the 1, and it looks like they are about to go ahead and secure the first point there. As they do, they are able to go ahead and secure the first point, so now they are starting to push the payload. And we see that McFarland here, the Mercy, is trying to get the high ground here and push them back, try to be able to put as much pressure from up above as you possibly can here. But that Reinhardt shield is deflecting a lot of what Mercy is able to go ahead and put down there. So do see the Reinhardt ultimate is being used, the Moira ultimate as well, while here comes the Mercy ultimate from up above. Not able to go ahead and secure any kills with the Mercy ultimate, but she was able to go ahead and get a lot of them really, really low. Mercy herself here is pretty low. Random Lake is pushing the objective pretty easily there. Closing in already down here on 70 meters. The Mercy now coming in again from up above here. Trying to put as much damage as possible down there. Go ahead and jump around here. We do see that there's Brigitte here is sitting around the corner, but Brigitte's got an entire squad basically of Random Lake coming around here. So trying to go ahead and push them off the objective there in order to stop the payload from being pushed for a little bit here. But Random Lake is doing a really good job with coordination and attacking the back line here. So do you see that Random Lake? We see the Winston ultimate down here as well. See a lot of ultimates up now for Random Lake. We just see that the Zarya just used hers. We do see the Ashe ultimate is up there as well. Do see that Baptiste has his ultimate, and Genji also has his ultimate. Which the Genji ultimate is really interesting when you start to get into this building here. Because there's another choke point. So all of McFarland's going to go ahead and group up together, and that's a perfect way to go ahead and drop your Genji ultimate. This Ashe just sitting in the back here, just sniping, just putting a lot of pressure down onto McFarland. Not any real big shields. Do you see that the Baptiste has the healing probe down here? Whatever you want to call it, but we do see that Random Lake doing a really good job putting all this pressure up front. The Diva ultimate did come out there, was able to not find anybody on Random Lake there, but able to, sometimes that Diva ult is all you need in order to be able to just push them off. But it does look like that Random Lake is going to go ahead and secure the final push here. Need to just go ahead and try to get some of the members of McFarland off the payload so that they can just finish it off there. But McFarland doing their best, but it's just not going to be enough. That's going to be Random Lake winning that first round there. So great job to Random Lake finishing it out strong there. Be really curious to see what McFarland's got to do here. Random Lake looks really well put together right now, pushing really, really strong. Personally, I think you need to go with a little bit more of a frontline tank assemble. McFarland's just doesn't seem like they have enough. The Brigitte, I don't think is a good enough healer at this point, and you need probably another shield with some DPS. So like if you rock like a Reinhardt and a Rissa, or even a Reinhardt and a Diva as your two front lines, then look for some DPS. So here we see they do have a Roadhog with a Reinhardt, so you do have two kind of kind of tanky. The Roadhog's kind of interesting. I personally don't like Roadhog as a champion, but I can see his appeal. But so you really have the Moira as the support, and the Soldier 76 is going to be your DPS. So I think if you're going to try to push the objective here, you're going to need a lot more DPS. Whereas Random Lake is coming out with, they too are answering with a Roadhog. They have the Orisa, but then they also have the Bastion, and the Bastion just deals just massive amounts of damage. So go ahead and live look in here on the McFarland Moira here to see what the support is seeing. Go ahead and try to jump around here a little bit. The Soldier 76 is already down. So a little bit too aggressive there by the Soldier 76. Needs to stay behind that Reinhardt shield there. See, again, when you're pushing this first push through the bridge here, I really think that you need like 2 shields. This is where like the Orisa shield and the Reinhardt shield comes in really, really handy, that you're just able to pair both of those together and not get much through. Brigitte's not able to have enough long range in order to get into that choke point, really. So as you can see from the Random Lake perspective here, they're just all going to be sitting up there. They have the Reinhardt or the Orisa shield, and then Bastion's just going to sit there and hold down left click, because there's nothing that McFarland can really do right now. So the Orisa just keeps dropping the shield while Bastion deals the damage. So this is where sometimes too that you may see like a Tracer in order to get to the back line, or if your Mercy can get the high ground and start dealing some damage from up there. Just need something that can deal a lot of damage in order to get through that Orisa shield. So that way then you can push that Bastion off the point. But Bastion's just holding it down here. McFarland is trying to get in there, trying to find a flank. They have a bunch of members in this side house here, trying to get through here. But again, once you get out of this house, there's not much that you're going to be able to do. So I guess really the best thing that you could potentially do is hope that your Moira gets her ultimate, which she is using her ultimate right now. So she's trying to push them off the top there. But the issue is that they're just so tanky, just able to sit up there with that Orisa shield and the Bastion DPS, that you essentially have to coordinate a 6-man engage up there. And even if you do, you have the Orisa's got her ultimate, Baptiste has the ulti, and Bastion has an ulti as well. So it'll be curious to see how McFarland coordinates this attack here, or if Random Lake can just hold out for another minute 30 basically here and capture another round here. So we see the Moira ultimate coming out here from Random Lake, and going to go ahead and get a double kill there. And then we also see the Reaper ultimate coming out. Bastion has his ultimate up here as well, as he's getting back up to that point there. And it's not the most entertaining gameplay to watch as you're sitting there, but it's the most effective. You just sit there as a tank and just wait. You just deal your damage, you do your job, and hold off the other team. So you always make sure that you keep a healer up there and protect your DPS, and then you have your tank up there who's able to drop the shield as well. So McFarland's trying to get through here. They're trying to come around to the side. Baptiste drops the ultimate here in order to keep everyone safe. Orisa drops her ultimate to keep everybody healed up. And I don't think McFarland's going to be able to go ahead and break through. We see the Roadhogs coming up ahead here. And Random Lake is pushing really, really hard. Got McFarland basically stuck in their spawn here. And are going to go ahead and defend really, really well. And so that's going to be another victory going over to Random Lake. So well played by Random Lake. Seeing Popcorn Par here with the play of the game. Again, we were talking about being in that choke point here, and Genji just drops the ultimate there and just shredding through the McFarland side, and then is in the back lane. And once you're on that backside, people are so focused usually on the objective and trying to push people off that you don't always notice people coming behind you. So another match well played by Random Lake. So if they go ahead and secure another one, Random Lake is going to be moving on to the next round. And I just got in. There is another match being streamed on Not Your Parents' Basement as well. I believe they have. Let me double check here so I'm not wrong here. They are streaming the Case vs. Wilmot and Park vs. Omro matches as well. So those matches are coming in here. So it looks like Random Lake is going to go ahead and make a substitute in, and McFarland is able to go ahead, and then they're going to request on the escort map here Dorado. So Random Lake getting their 6-player in here. Take a quick peek in here, see if we can find another, get an update on scores here. All right, so Random Lake's got their. Oh. It looks like McFarland may be considering to do a substitution as well here. So looks like we're going to go ahead and be entering the game here. Dorado's a pretty fun map. This is probably one of my favorite ones. You're kind of in the dark, makes it a little bit harder to see. It's one of my preferred maps. But again, Random Lake should be the one that's pushing the escort here first. So I would imagine you're going to see kind of a similar composition that they just ran on the previous one. I would imagine that they could easily get away with doing the Bastion and the Orisa and just drop the Orisa shield on top of the escort and let Bastion sit there and just let a ton of DPS come out. So that way then the rest of the members of Random Lake can really push the other ones. But it looks like they're going to go for a little bit more of a DPS heavy. They do have the Tiorborn that most likely will be dropping some stuff up. They're going to actually go ahead and switch over to the Genji already. But again, there on the left, you do see the Orisa and the Bastion combo there, which is really, really popular on a lot of these escort maps. You're able to just go ahead and just plop somebody basically onto the payload, give them a shield, and just let them just deal as much damage as possible and try to really help your team get the win. So go ahead and take a peek here at the McFarland side. So we do see the Divas trying to get here to this first initial choke point here. So they're going to try to go ahead and push Random Lake off here, so that way then they can't push it. If you see up here, up at the top, the Bastion and the Orisa are up here trying to deal as much damage as possible. The Orisa gets shoved down to the main level though, and she's going to go ahead and get eliminated pretty quick there. Actually, it's going to look like it's going to be a quick team elimination here. Lucio's the only one remaining here for McFarland, and Lucio's going up against this Diva, and that doesn't usually end well for Lucio, and Lucio's going to go ahead and go down. So we do see quite a bit of successful push here, again, coming out of Random Lake. Do you see that the Baptiste has the ultimate up already? Genji's just shredding everybody down here. This Genji's been really, really effective for Random Lake. On the front line, just able to go ahead and keep picking out all these squishy supports in the back line for McFarland. And once you have the supports gone, then your tanks are really, really limited with what they can do. So again, we see this Genji just really disrupting the entire back line. And that's going to be the first tick going over on the payload for Random Lake. So we see that Genji has the ultimate, the Moira has the ultimate, and actually 5 out of the 6 members for Random Lake do have their ultimate up and ready to go. They are getting extremely close here to go ahead and getting the second objective here. It does look like McFarland lost a player, though. I don't know if they got disconnected or what, or if they simply just quit, which would be really, really unfortunate. The Genji ultimate, again, coming into the background here. Or sorry, the Genji just getting into the background. The Diva ultimate coming out here. Not going to land anybody, but did try to shove them off the payload for a little bit. Mercy, just doing Mercy things, just constantly healing up this Reinhardt here to allow Reinhardt up on the front line for McFarland. The Hamster ultimate coming in here and going to go ahead and get rid of the Mercy there. So we're seeing a lot of really, really good team coordination here from Random Lake as they're getting that payload there into the final push here. It does look like it's a 5v6 situation still here. The player from McFarland not there anymore, so the Moira right here in the back line able to go ahead and secure the kill there onto the enemy Diva. So it's looking like Random Lake is just going to be able to walk this payload into the final destination here. Got about 30 meters to go or so. And there are quite a few members of McFarland just dropping left and right. They're just stuck in their spawn at this point, and there's nothing that they're going to be able to do. They're trying to get some people out there, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough, and that's going to be round 1 going over to Random Lake. So pushing it all the way there. So McFarland's up against the ropes here. As we're about to hop in here, Random Lake is on the on getting really close to being able to go ahead and secure the victory here and moving on to go ahead and place Walden third. As we're starting to get into the objectives here, do want to go ahead and give a shout out to UW Stout here as well. They just announced today that they're going to be investing like $100,000 into some facilities for esports, and they're going to be one of the first schools as far as University of Wisconsin school systems that are investing in esports. So it's really, really cool. We got Marquette on board. Marquette's going to be offering varsity scholarships for the fall. They will also be attending the state championship, so it'll be cool to see some of their players coming out to interact with our students. Marian University is also sending some of their esports students to come and give us a hand. They're going to be helping us shoutcast and stuff like that. So again, got to give it up to the community. Really appreciate how much time and effort that everybody is putting into this to make this a possibility. This would be nothing without community support. So big shout out to everybody helping us. So do you see that Random Lake does have quite a bit of the high ground, able to go ahead and just really push McFarland back and keep them there. So at this rate, Random Lake is just going to go ahead and try to just defend for 2 minutes and 45 more seconds in order to go ahead and secure the win. There's not much that McFarland's able to do right now. They are just pinned down there in their spawn. They're not really able to get out. Running this Tureborn and Symmetro composition that Random Lake is doing, you're just able to get a lot of turrets into a lot of advantageous places, and you're able to just really secure people into positions and not allow them to get out. A triple kill going over there to the Symmetra. Really able to just drop a lot of damage here on a 10-player killing streak already. Make that 12. But there's not much that McFarland's going to be able to do right now. Symmetra getting all those turrets set up into place here, and they're just going to go ahead, and once a player for McFarland gets close enough, they are just going to go ahead and just shred them down from behind. And there's so much damage coming out that McFarland's not going to be able to get out of their spawn position here in order to put any damage down. So I think right now, unless something big really happens here from McFarland, I think Random Lake has this game secured. They've really got McFarland in a tough situation here. Going to see the Genji ultimate coming out here, trying to put some pressure in order to get them off the objective there and to push back so McFarland can get out. But again, this Symmetra is just doing work here on the back line. The Orisa ultimate's there as well, able to go ahead and give everybody the healing that they need. Symmetra just dropping all of these little turrets here and just shredding through the enemy team here. Go ahead and try to pop around here to maybe one or two more players here for Random Lake. The Orisa just sitting there behind the shield. The Tureborn ultimate coming in there. Going to deal quite a bit of damage there. Was able to get Orisa off the payload. Unfortunately, there's just so much damage here for Random Lake that McFarland, I don't think, is going to be able to answer, and really, especially that they're playing a man down. So I got to respect that they are playing with 5v6. I don't know if one of their players just essentially rage quit and just left the game and left his team to 5v6, which is pretty poor sportsmanship there, but can't assume anything. Maybe he got disconnected. Maybe he's having patch issues. Who knows? But Random Lake is able to go ahead and secure the win there. Again, another really, really dominant showing there. Random Lake. We're going to see the Moira as the play of the game here. I believe this is from the Oh, it is actually going to be from this map here, and that's going to be the play of the match going over to McFarland as well. So shout out to them for that. Congratulations to both teams. Congratulations to Radnom Lake for moving on to the next round. They're going to go ahead and be playing Walden third. So that's should be a pretty good matchup between those two teams. If we take a quick peek here at the standings going into this here. Radnom Lake finished the semester with a 4-4 record. They actually only had a 40% win rate on maps. So for them to come in, McFarland had a really rough semester. This was their first year in the association and first semester competing in Overwatch. So a bit of a tough showing there. But Radnom Lake going up against Walden third. Walden third has came in at 3-3, and they got about a 59% map win rate. So should be a pretty good matchup between those two. It would be interesting to see if Radnom Lake is able to go ahead and take some of this momentum that they got from today's match and really apply it to tomorrow's matchup against Walden. So best of luck, Radnom Lake. Potentially see you in the semifinals on Saturday. So that's going to be it for today on stream. So appreciate all those of you that have tuned in for today's match. Appreciate it. And should be back tomorrow with another Overwatch match. So see you then. Bye.